Well, good morning here from Durango, Colorado, where I live. And I'm going on a bit of a bike ride here in Dallas Mountain Park, which is, well, north side of town. And it's December 16th, and it has been quite the warm spell here for the last week and a half. It's been like the mid-50s. Pretty much most of the snow has melted off, which is kind of rare. So I'm getting some fun winter laps in on the mountain bike today. So there's this line out here that I'm trying to ride today that is pretty much two separate trails that I've tied together. And one of them is like a connector trail up here that is really awesome to ride. I mean, I consider it's basically a black tech trail, but barely anybody rides it. Like, I never see bike tracks on it. And I've ridden it a couple of times. This summer I came and rode it once and kind of ran a couple of times and wasn't quite able to ride all the lines at that point. So since there's not a lot of places to ride right now because of the snow and it's winter time, this area is mostly thawed out. There's some patches of ice and stuff, but it's mostly melted in the last week. And it's quite mild today as well, like 55 degrees, which for December is pretty warm here. So I came out today with a goal of tying all these lines together to create one run with it. Basically, I can just do quick laps because the climb up is just this dirt road to get to the top, and you get a nice little downhill kind of tech flow line out of it, which is a lot of fun. So I did already kind of do an initial lap of it earlier, outside corner here, and then you go down into this descent, which is very loose. Not a lot of people ride this, which is surprising to me because it's a really cool kind of like tech line that I found over here. And then you're going to go down this hill, which is pretty much a straight shot to this drop here, which I have not ridden before. I cleaned it up a little bit because it was a little overgrown. And you have a drop down this hill. You drop that to land in there, and you kind of have a really straight shot, so it doesn't seem too sketchy to drop that. Okay, we are up above that line I was looking at earlier, not quite the top of the line, because I'm going to ride that on the way back down after I do this climb. But that drop up here is the one that I'm not completely sure about. I'm pretty sure I can ride it. No, it is very loose. Very loose, which I can kind of tell. Oh man, okay. I feel like I can hit that with more speed next time. Alright, so this is the top of the line. I'm kind of connecting into this trail over here, which it's on the map, but I forgot the name of that trail. I can check later. And I'm connecting up to the other one I was talking about, which is kind of that black tech kind of descent. That is a lot of fun. So I rode this once already and kind of like stitched together. And I made a few mistakes because it is a little kind of loose and sketchy in some spots, but it's not too bad. It's really fun. This upper section is pretty mellow and easy, like a blue, and then that lower section I'd say is kind of like a black tech trail with a couple of drops, like 2 to 3 foot drops, which you can kind of roll as well. So yeah, let's gonna ride it and see how this thing stitches together. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Okay, this is the main trail. This is kind of a sketchy turn there, which I haven't quite figured out how to hit that. I feel like you can kind of gap that if I had a bit more speed. So, I don't know, I'm a little rusty in the bike. This is the first time on in 3 weeks, so I am kind of getting the feel for it again. And I just don't ride as much this time of year, so yeah, I expect to be a little bit rusty on the bike, but I feel pretty good. I think I can tie that together a bit better with a couple more tries. Whew. Yeah, I just love the rocky, techie trails out here. A little bit of mud ice there from the snow melt. And I think from right up here, it's pretty much all downhill. Now without, this is like the final little climb here. And now it's gonna be all downhill. I messed up this corner last time because just a little tight. I came into a bit more speed than I could have. And back onto this road for a moment. And then we're dropping to the actual trail right here to the left. All right, here we go. Definitely steep and loose. Some tight turns. Oh yeah, I messed that part up. Darn, okay. Push the bike back up that hill and I'm back at the top. And we're gonna give this another go. I kind of just got off balance there, going into that little roll, kind of rock drop there. And actually the first time I rode it, they actually did do it. And I guess I messed up this time. So I need to pay attention a bit better to attention dropping into that section. But otherwise, I think I had it pretty good. So let's drop in again. Okay, into the steep stuff. Steep, loose stuff. This is a kind of tight turn going into this, which makes it tough. But I actually got it that time. Just, I think, scraped my bottom bracket on that rock, because it is a pretty steep little drop. And this is just loose and steep. All right, let's keep on going. Yeah, this is a pretty fun little section here. Try not to skip the brake, the rear tire a bit too much. And now the steep, loose hill into a drop. Oh yeah, okay. That felt pretty good. Riding that. And that is basically the whole line, except now I want to do it start to finish without messing up that one little drop out of that sharp downhill turn. So this is the road to climb back up. I guess I'm gonna climb all the way back up the road, which is like less than 10 minutes, and I'm gonna try and drop it again, and with the goal of actually completing the whole thing without making a mistake. Yeah, I'm probably not even really gonna talk on this way down. I'm just gonna focus on trying to ride the trail, and you guys can just see what it looks like from, you know, my view, or the view of my helmet, of course. So yeah, let's do it. We're gonna drop in and top to bottom. Let's ride the whole thing. Oh my gosh. And I messed up, of course. Okay, made a mistake, so top to bottom run number 2. Let's give this another go. This is such an awkward line here. And I would like to figure out how to ride that differently. I just don't like how I'm riding that. And I want to ride it differently. I want to be able to hit that as a jump. I'm going to give it another try. Top to bottom run number 3. I feel like I keep making mistakes here because now I'm trying to ride this whole thing top to bottom. I'm trying to go faster, and I know it a bit better. I'm trying to go faster, and then I'm making mistakes. So just trying to figure out the best way to ride this corner up here between these two rock, boulders that are here to kind of go between. So anyway, let's give it another go. Okay, that was a bit better. A little muddy right there. Okay, all downhill from here. Whew. And I missed. Oh, I came at too much speed and I missed the corner. I thought I had it. Ah, that's a bummer. Oh man, barely made that. Oh, that was sloppy. Whew. Oh man, that is a chunky line.